In 2023, according to the World Malaria Report, we have over 263 million cases globally, with over 597,000 deaths in over 83 countries.
The symptoms for malaria range from a headache to fever and general fatigue. However, if it's not treated, it can eventually lead to death. In 2023, the WHO African region was home to 94% of malaria cases and 95% of malaria deaths. Children accounted for about 76% of all the malaria deaths in the region.
So clearly, malaria still remains a challenge in many countries, especially in Africa.
Vestergaard is a social enterprise, and we use material science to innovate and address public health and other issues. We are most well known for being the largest insecticide-treated net provider. We have shipped about 1 billion nets over the last 20 years or so, which is about 1/3 of the total. And to put that in perspective, insecticide-treated nets are widely regarded as the tool that has had the biggest impact on the reduction in malaria cases in the last 20 or so years. And in terms of lives saved per dollar spent, is up there as one of the most cost-effective tools for saving lives.
Insecticides have been used for a very long time to kill mosquitoes for malaria elimination. As a result, and continued exposure to these insecticides, we're seeing insecticide resistance emerging and becoming a significant issue and a barrier to eliminating malaria. Insecticide-treated nets are the cornerstone for malaria elimination. It is the primary tool used for prevention. We have case management and treatment of people that are infected, but then also a way of preventing malaria is through insecticide-treated nets.
The performance of an ITN is based on two factors. We have a physical barrier that prevents mosquitoes from biting, and a chemical barrier that incapacitates or kills the mosquito so that it does not bite anyone else or the person sleeping under a net.
So next generation ITNs have been demonstrated in modelling studies to prevent up to 75% of malaria cases. PermaNet Dual is a dual AI net. If one insecticide is not effective, you've got another insecticide as well. So when the mosquito comes into contact with the net, it's going to receive a dose that will kill it.
Our ongoing investment in our biomedical lab in Ghana, we fund that completely. For the Noguchi Memorial Institute, we fund full-time scientists there doing different forms of biomedical research.
And so the lab is a vital component of testing the chemical barrier of the insecticide.
Noguchi has been a very strong partner with the National Elimination Program. And we have some flagship projects where we are generating resistance data across the country, and this informs the program in terms of taking decisions on what the choice of insecticides and what kind of vector control program to roll out. Vestergaard is one of the main partners also that supports the work that we do with the Malaria Elimination Program, and we have a very good relationship, and their continuous support has really helped to drive us towards what we have achieved so far.
Quality is in Vestergaard's DNA, and the Vestergaard Noguchi Vector Labs is one of the bases where Vestergaard ensures quality in the ITNs it produces. So the lab is equipped to conduct quality assurance of insecticide-treated nets produced by Vestergaard, and this is also in addition to research and development of new ITNs, and of course definitely being able to foster capacity building and have a doorway to provide evidence that informs vector control decisions, not just in Ghana but across the world.
So self-reliance is a core part of our double dividend approach. So we want to both create the product and create the capacity to make the product in the future within the countries and the areas that need it. The benefit of the double dividend is that it both saves lives and creates jobs in sub-Saharan Africa and elsewhere, and also in countries like the US that are our donors. It also will save lives in the future by preventing malaria from returning, as well as funding innovation that can help American jobs and American industries.
We spent a long time investing in and understanding how to incorporate or impregnate insecticides into textiles. We've primarily been driven by the public health market and targeting malaria elimination, but we're also considering where else can we use that innovation for other problems that are outside of malaria elimination.
We've been looking at a lot over the last few years on how we can leverage the technology that we've developed for public health purposes back into applications in the area of farming, agriculture. It's a similar principle in a way. We use insecticide-treated nets to prevent the uncontrolled use of insecticides. We all know that spraying of insecticides in agriculture is something we need to be careful about. So we're looking at ways where we can use insecticide-treated nets to prevent the need for large-scale spraying in more targeted ways.
We have some challenges, and so we need to shift focus from the traditional methods that we know for controlling malaria into other innovative methods that target, especially with the changing behavior of the vectors, outdoor biting, issues of resistance, climate change, and all the other challenges that we see in future can hinder the progress we are making. So we really need a very good toolbox to help do that.
I think at the end what we're trying to do is raise the ability of those countries and those people to look after themselves without any form of dependency. Taking our lab in Ghana, that creates the capacity for testing to be done on the nets in Africa. And so we can at least say that from the point of view of testing, the product that's being deployed in Africa right now was tested in Africa. I'd like to go further than that and say it was also manufactured in Africa. Going forward, we have an MOU with the Nigerian government to shift some of our manufacturing there too. The agriculture technologies that we're talking about come as a direct result of the investment and innovation that we did for public health. The results of those innovations have then gone on to save many, many lives in sub-Saharan Africa, and also in a slightly different form can hopefully save both jobs and add economic value back into the US.